Gemini models are going off the charts on a daily basis. As you can see, the 2.5 Pro Preview 0506 is right now standing at rank number 1. There are 4 different models within this list from Gemini. Which model should I use in what type of scenarios? So in this video, I'm going to explain which model you should be using in different type of scenarios. I'm using Gemini Advanced portal, and which is where I get to see all these models from this drop-down menu. Starting with 2.0 Flash, this is for your everyday tasks. Let's just say you wanted to correct the grammar, or you wanted to check converting a unit from a kilogram to pounds, and I want a quick response. I don't want Gemini to spend probably more than a minute to think about it. Such type of asks 2.0 Flash can handle. If you want a little more advanced, for example, if you have a document and you need a summary from the document, that's when I would use 2.5 Flash. Let's move on to the little more complex 2.5 model, which is kind of number 1 at the moment. I was actually blown away how cool this model is. One of my childhood games is this game called Load Runner. We used to fight for playtime to play this game. And it's been probably more than a decade I played this game. I thought of simply dragging and dropping this screen grab, which I picked from Google, and asked 2.5 Pro to create a game. To my surprise, it went ahead and created this game. It gave me the plan as to how to create, and it gave me an option to try with canvas. That's when I clicked on it. That's when this code and preview section popped up. As you can see, it wrote about 650 lines of code and also gave me a preview of how this game works. Let's spend a couple of seconds and see how this game works. I'm going to go hit the start button here. There is a car going in a road. There are trees and there are cars. Each time when my car passes another car, I get a score. Let's say if I hit this car, my game ends, and that's a game over, and my score is 60. And this was created in less than 1 minute by 2.5 Pro. That's just itself is fascinating. Now let's move on to deep research with 2.5 Pro. This gets a little more depth in terms of generating the responses. I was doing some research on HTTP 402 status code. I needed the information that internet could offer. This gave me a very, very comprehensive understanding of what 402 is, how it kind of originated. I didn't even complete reading the whole report that it generated. Let me show you what the thought process it went through to generate this document. I'm scrolling through the end of this document. It picked up this information from all these sources, probably 20 to 30 of these resources. It also shows what it did not include in generating this report. It also shows us the thought behind this. Let's go through a little bit here. It's understanding my request. It says I'm starting to investigate on this. Next step. And then it went on researching these websites. And then it picked up the official documentation, original vision, limited current use, experimental applications, and furthermore, it did little more research in all these websites and took an official stance on what this HTTP specification is, and came up with other real-time, real-world use cases, varied interpretations, and impacts and next steps. This is what I want to get a deep understanding on a specific topic. The another model that I found is personalization option, where you can ask questions based on your previous questions to Gemini Advanced. I've been doing some research on continuous glucose monitors. I don't remember when that was, but I'm going to ask Gemini Advanced to find out when I asked this question. When did I ask you about CGM? So in February and March, I did ask about continuous glucose monitor. So it picked up the information based on my search history. The last and the completely different model is the VO2 model. If you haven't seen my video on video generation models that I've seen from Google Next, I'll put the link in the description section. Do check it out. It's just insane to see how fast VO2 can generate videos and create those transitions and generate the final output. So in this case, it's going to generate 8-second videos from the text, and it will be 720 pixel resolution. So I'm going to ask seconds before volcanic eruption in Pompeii. So VO2 usually takes little more time than the other models. If you don't know what happened in Pompeii, there was a volcanic eruption happened in Italy and everyone were fossilized after this event, which were to be discovered most recently. And I was always fascinated by this incident in the history and I always wanted to see how things were panned out during that time. So it came back with a video of a family having their lunch. And I don't see any volcanic activity here. Probably they were having a peaceful lunch, but you can see quality of the video that it generates, right? Let's see seconds after volcanic eruption in Pompeii. We now know what happened before the eruption. And let's see what happens after the eruption. Yep, I'm actually not quite impressed because this is showing the current Pompeii because you can see the fossilized things in here and people are actually walking through it. But yeah, it did generate a video. Maybe my prompt is not good enough, but you get the point. So these are all the different models that Gemini offers through Gemini Advanced. You now know which model to use in what scenario. Before I sign off from this video, if you have .edu email address, you get 16 months of free Gemini Advanced. Make sure you get Gemini Advanced for free and have this powerful tool for your day-to-day and research activities. That's all for this video. If you like my content, please consider subscribing my channel so I can make more and more informative videos like this. Thank you so much.